Hi, thank you so much for joining me.
It's, I'm happy to be here to be given this platform.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Guys, this is Kwame Asante. If you're just joining, he's a humanitarian, a child advocate, and a storyteller. Kwame, would you like to tell the audience a bit more about yourself, just in case anyone's just meeting you?
So as you rightly said, my name is Kwame Asante.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in Ghana.
Mhm.
I'm a child activist. I'm a
Nice,
humanitarian. I'm a storyteller as well. I'm
nice.
also the founder of Little Tokens Foundation, a non-profit, a registered non-profit in Ghana that is to
Mhm.
promote literacy and also improve educational standards in the underserved communities in Ghana. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that is a little bit about myself.
I believe you're also a blogger. You have a page called The CD Traveler, and you're also a
Yes.
creator with the Africa Lens. So tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, so I'm also a travel blogger. It's more of a hobby. So Ghana is very dear to my heart as a
Hmm.
Ghanaian, and I started a CD Traveler blog to be able to encourage people, especially Ghanaians, to also travel and explore the beautiful sites that we have in Ghana. I'm also, as you said, I'm also a creator for the African Lens. The African Lens is basically a page that has photos of various happy moments of children, because especially people who have never been to Ghana before have, or
Hmm.
in Africa before, have the misconception that African children are seen to be hungry,
Yeah.
sick,
Hmm.
flies all over them and all that.
Yeah.
But we
Hmm.
need to we need to change
The
this
narrative.
exactly. So
Hmm.
that's the reason why I started the African Lens. The African Lens is basically a page, as I said, which has pictures of happy moments, take like of kids, and all the photos there are taken by various photographers around the world who help showcase this thing. So it's basically a page to promote what I believe in. Yes. So
Wonderful. For all of those of you who are just joining in, my name is Chantelle. I'm a writer and presenter from London. This is the Chantelle Show, a platform that was created to celebrate all the wonderful people and wonderful things coming out of Africa. And this is my dear guest, Kwame Asante, who is a humanitarian, a child advocate, and a storyteller. So, Kwame, tell us a bit of why you went into your line of work. What is it about children that is so amazing to you that you chose your line of work?
okay. So before, about 7 years ago, I've been a volunteer,
Mm,
basically volunteering my time, my resources with various organizations who have been working with children, mostly
mm-hmm,
children. So, after 7 years, I thought, we are working with a group of children, but there are also other children who are not in the program who also need
mm,
support. So why don't I, venture into this to be able to help these children? Because,
mm-hmm,
whilst working with these organizations, I've been able to understand that there are children out there who are capable, who have bright futures,
mm-hmm.
but they just need a push. You get it? Because they are brilliant and all that, but they just need a push. And there are many of them out there. So, why don't I reach out to these children and then serve them to be able to um, be, like achieve what they need to achieve in life. So that is the main reason why I ventured into this, or I started the Little Tokens Foundation. Yes.
Beautiful, wonderful. Okay, so what are some of the challenges that you faced in your field? What are some of the difficulties setting up the Little Tokens Foundation, or anything that you've come across that's been an obstacle on your journey?
So one of the things that I would say is funding. Funding is something which is
Mm,
very one of the big challenges for organizations like Little Token.
mm,
So we have various projects that we want to implement, but we don't have enough funds. That is one.
okay.
Also, commuting. Currently we work with one village which is in Ada, and then commuting is also a problem. We need to send resources to them. We need to send various items that they need to them, and commuting there is also a challenge. So
Mm,
those are the two things that comes to mind as at now. We have bits of challenges in there, but we are a young organization, and I don't see these things as challenges. I see them as it's all part of the process. We are all growing.
Precisely.
Yes, and then as we move on, we learn to handle certain things. So that is
Wonderful.
that. Yeah.
So how can we ensure that every child on the continent has a fair chance? And when I say fair chance, I mean this in the aspect of education and healthcare. What can be implemented maybe in future or now that could ensure that every child has an equal opportunity in the continent?
Okay. So you realize that we work with children in the rural area. So for that, our vision is to make every child in Ghana have access to good quality education. And we are starting from the rural areas because we've identified that the children in the rural areas don't have these opportunities like that are in the urban areas.
Okay.
So yeah, so one thing I'll say is that we need to pay attention to children in those areas, in the rural areas, because
Okay.
there are brilliant ones out there. They just need the helping hand, and then they'll be able to flourish in whatever they want to do.
That's
So that is
fantastic.
one thing. We also need to be able to give children the platform to express themselves. Let them tell their stories. Let us be able to, through their stories, let us be able to identify the strengths and the weaknesses of all of them, and then we work accordingly. So that is one thing that I would say we need to do, and for all the children in Ghana to have equal opportunities or equal chances. Yes.
Speaking of stories, I believe you promote books, a lot of storybooks written by African writers. Can you tell us a bit more about those books and the importance of children from the continent seeing characters of their skin color, of their background? What effect does that have on a child?
Okay, so as you rightly said, we focus mostly on books with black characters, and
Mm,
it's when children are raised reading a lot of white books, they end up not believing in themselves.
yes.
Maybe they read about excellent things or extravagant things that someone in a someone who is white was able to do, and
Mm,
the child is looking at him or herself, and he sees him or herself as different. You get it.
mm,
So in giving these kids books with black characters, makes them believe in themselves that they are also able to do it, because they are
mm,
basically reading about people who are just like them in the books that we give them. You get it. So it is something that will boost their self-esteem. Also,
mm.
it is also important that the children also know their roots. So one of the books that we recently used was 25 great individuals. It was about 25 great individuals in Ghana. And there are people in Ghana who have, our forefathers who have been able to, do a lot for us and then create these opportunities for us. And it is
Nice.
important that we read about them. So
Hmm.
even there are some adults who grow up and they don't even know
They don't
about
know
these
who they
people.
are. Yes,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
true.
So
Very much
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Very,
So
very
we
much
we
so.
have to introduce these people to these children so that they also
Hmm.
know that okay, there are
They
people
can
who
do something.
exactly, and then they also know their history as well. So.
Amazing. That's so amazing. And what's a highlight of your career so far? Is there anything in particular that you're very proud of achieving in terms of the Little Tokens Foundation and just generally with everything else that you do?
So there are various highlights. I believe we've done a lot of things that I'm very proud of the organization
Mm,
for doing. But one thing that's I think about right now, which stands out, is we had an end of year party which we organized for the children we serve in the community as well as those in the community as well. And then we had one
amazing.
of the children in the school or one of the children that we serve recite a poem. And then
Nice.
in that poem, I wasn't even aware, so it came as a surprise.
Hmm.
And in that poem, the child mentioned that we've been able to do a lot for the community, and
Okay.
they appreciate it, and they hope that we can even move to other communities or other villages as well to be able to help them. And
Nice.
that was one of the highlights that stops it for me.
So far, what regions, villages, or towns and areas have you worked in with the charity, and where do you plan to take the charity in future?
Okay, so as a charity or as an organization, one of the things we want to do is to be able to measure our impact.
Mm,
We want to be able to know that when we started our program in this particular school, this child couldn't read, this child couldn't
okay.
write. We've introduced certain things. Is the child able to do all the things that he or she couldn't do when we started? Does the child need extra support? Does the child need certain things? And then we see what we can do. So we are actually concentrating on one school, which is a school which is called New Halina DA Primary School in
Mm,
Ada. Yes, Ada is the western part of Accra.
I've got, yeah.
Yes, yes. So, but we are not basically looking at one school. We are looking at
Okay.
moving to other schools as well. So if it wasn't even for COVID, we would have been planning to move to our next school. Even though we
Yeah.
will still be working in our first school, but we are just adding up to the schools because there are lots of children there who need who needs
The
support.
help.
So yeah, exactly. So we were planning to go to the Volta region for to add up to the school that we work in. We also have
Mm,
plans of moving up north to the northern region because there's a lot of poverty and hardship as well in the northern region. So we have plans of moving to the northern region as well. So and all over Ghana, we are just not concentrating on one school. So we hope that we can be
inspiring.
move our program and then the work to all over Ghana. Our vision, as I said, is to make every child in Ghana have access to good quality education. So, if we don't achieve that or if we've not reached that, we are not stopping. So we'll just keep going. Yes.
You mentioned COVID-19,
Mm-hmm.
the detrimental COVID-19. How has that affected your line of work? How has that stopped you guys at the moment? And how have you been working around it? I mean, running a charity, I can imagine, it's been a hectic. So tell us a bit about how you guys have been overcoming the lockdown situation.
So, COVID has been a blow for all of us. We all had
Mm,
plans. Before COVID, we were planning to be at this event, to be able to raise funds and then,
okay.
promote what we do and all that. So that was one of our major events for the year, and we couldn't do it. And, it's been a blow. What we do is that we also have literacy classes for these kids on Saturdays, which we use that platform to improve their writing and reading skills. But now, because of that, we can't also meet because the schools are even closed down for now.
Okay.
But we have other projects that we were able to complete. We are renovating classrooms. We were able to complete one during the lockdown period and all that.
Where was that
And
classroom? Which area
it's
was that classroom?
it's the same school,
Oh,
Ada.
nice. In
Yes,
Ada.
yes. Because we are working with that's the school we are working in. So we are doing various things, renovating classrooms because it helps when children have vibrant or like classrooms to be learning in it.
Yeah. Good
Yes,
learning environment. Yeah.
exactly. And then we are also providing them with shoes because some of them come to school barefooted or in
Wow.
slippers,
Yeah.
in bathroom slippers. Some of them don't have the required uniform, so we provide that. We have the back to school program, which happens at the beginning of every academic year.
Okay.
And
And
then
what does that feature, the back to school program?
okay,
What
so the
does that feature?
Okay, so the back to school program or the back to school project happens in September, where we
Okay.
provide the children we serve with school supplies
Okay.
being exercise books, pencils, erasers and all that. And we are not just giving them maybe two exercise books or one pencil, you get it, but we are trying to give them enough enough of these supplies to last them the whole of the academic year.
Oh,
So that's
wonderful.
so that's what we do because we believe that there are children who when they are going to school they don't have enough pencils, they don't have yes, and all those things through our studies we realize that all those things hinder the child from achieving his or her potential. So we are trying to lay all these foundations down for the child and then he or she can be able to achieve his or her potential.
Yeah, and how have you been implementing COVID-19 education at the moment for the
Okay.
youngsters in terms of washing hands, using sanitizer, learning how to wear face masks properly? Because I've been seeing a lot of videos and people are wearing the masks in all sorts of ways. Some have them on their forehead, some have them on their chin. So tell me what you guys have been doing to
Okay,
educate the
so
children on COVID.
Little Tokens Foundation is basically one of our main focus is on education, right?
Mm,
So with COVID, when it comes to nose masks and all that,
hmm.
when it comes to food security, the community is a farming community, right?
Okay.
And yes, so they have food. When it comes to washing of hands, we've been able to
Mm,
communicate with them, try to educate them through members of their
mm,
community as well as the heads of the school. So we educate because we don't want to be moving, because now what is happening, we don't want to be moving to them often, right? So
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so they have all those things. We provide for them. Even as we are here, we provide resources for them as they are there. We get in
Wonderful.
touch with them. We are
Hmm.
educating them. We are checking up on
Okay.
them and all that.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, someone's just said this guy is such a great example, and you truly are. Your work is very, very inspiring. So, in light of everything that's happening in the world now, the race war, etc., suddenly everyone's forgotten about COVID-19, ironically. Um, how can we implement positive education in the younger ones and in the coming generation to ensure that they believe in themselves, like you said, change this ideology, these ideologies that lead to racism, and just give the next generation of kids more confidence in who they are and who they can be? What are some of your suggestions and mediums that can be used?
So, as I said, with what we are doing now, introducing the children we serve to books with Black characters. The past few days, I've also seen individuals,
Mm-hmm.
organizing libraries,
Mm-hmm.
personal libraries for their children, and then, stocking them up with books and all that. I believe that is what we can do to educate, the young ones, talk to them about it, educate them, provide resources, and that's what we can do.
Mm. Okay, and these books, where, like, how are they available to the kids? Are they given for free, or can the rest of us purchase them somewhere?
The the
The
the
books, the children's books, where do we
the
purchase them from if we would like
okay
some for younger
okay
ones?
so we mostly purchase from one company called Fish and Plantains.
Okay, fish
Yes,
and
so
mm.
yes, Fish and Plantains. So
Is that a
um
Ghanaian-based company or?
yes, it's a Ghanaian-based company. The person is
Okay,
actually a Ghanaian as well, and he has such
nice.
amazing books. Yes, such amazing books. We have others that are not coming to mind right now, but
Okay.
anyone can just go to my page and then check um, the writers. We have amazing writers here in Ghana, and then
Mm,
also in the world who are writing good books,
very
especially
much.
yes. So
And you work with a team of people. So how does the team work? Tell us a bit more about your colleagues as well.
okay, so we are all volunteers, and
Hmm.
that's what we are actually. So we work with two groups of people. One
Okay.
being the teachers in the school who are also volunteering with us, and then we have those who are not teachers. So we
Okay.
have individuals who are bringing on board their expertise. There are some who are architects. There are some who are into writing articles and all that. So we have all those who come we have some who are having accounting backgrounds and all that. So all those
Nice.
people help with what we do. Before we even undertake a project, we have people who do some research for us. We have some people who we have to prepare our financial stuff, and then we have to seek approval from them. We have volunteers as well who join us in our literacy classes. They join us in fundraising activities. They join us in production or marketing and all that. So those are the people. Mostly people see me, but I have a team behind me, or we are all in a team, and we are all working towards this goal.
Nice. And what's the selection process? How do you choose who you want to work with? How do you select volunteers, ensuring safety? Working with children is obviously a very dicey area. So take us through how you do that.
Okay, so we have various individuals who want to join or volunteer with us. First, we do a background check of
Wonderful.
yes, what they do and all that.
Hmm.
We interview them.
Hmm.
It's not any
Just come along, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and help.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
interview them. We ask them various questions.
Hmm.
We let them, if we want them or if they meet the qualities that we are looking for,
Hmm.
we train them or we give them some education, and then
Mm.
we also let them sign a child protection document, because
Wonderful.
yes, we are here to help the kids. We should
Hmm.
also be mindful that we can also hurt them. You
Yes,
get it? Or there are people who wouldn't have good intentions. So we
very
make the
much. Yeah.
volunteers sign a child protection form, and
Okay.
then so that if anything we can hold them accountable. So that is
Wonderful.
the process that we take whenever we want to have someone on board as a
And
volunteer, especially.
you said quality. So what qualities do you look for in an individual volunteer? If I wanted to volunteer for the Little Tokens Foundation, what would you be looking for in me to ensure an effective working partnership?
So there are various qualities. One, you should
Mm.
have the heart to serve, because we are all serving and we are all
Hmm.
volunteering. You should have good communication skills or people skills, because we are dealing with people. You should be hardworking. You should be innovative. We are all very innovative and creative when it comes to the work we do. You should be involving in what we do as well. So those are a few things that comes to mind now. You should also be someone who loves kids or children, because those are the people we are working with. So yeah.
Is there enough support, Kwame? Is there enough support for the type of work you do, not only in Ghana, but in the continent in general? Do you think there's a lack of support for charities and child foundations?
I don't think there's enough support, honestly. I
Okay.
don't think so. I think what I've realized is that people seem to be giving platforms to organizations or individuals who have already made it, who are
Okay.
already, are making lots of impact. You get it, but they don't really
Mm,
concentrate on
on
really
the
the up.
smaller ones coming up.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
So that is we don't get enough support when it comes to that. We hope that we can be getting platforms such as yours, and
Yes.
I thank you so much for this
Oh,
platform.
thank you too.
Yeah, so that is it. And we don't also get enough support when it comes to funding.
Mm,
We have various projects in the pipeline, but because of funding, we can't really carry them out. And so those are some of the things that I feel that we are not getting enough support in.
okay. What type of support do you think would be beneficial to the Little Tokens Foundation? What type of help would you like to see?
As I said, basically we have lots of projects, and is the funding one.
Mm,
We also want to be having platforms to showcase or promote ourselves. We have. I'm sure today, as we are on live now, there are people
mhm.
who will be hearing certain things for the first time,
The
and there will
first
be,
time.
yes, and then
Mm,
sometimes they will be shocked that there's basically a charity that is doing this. You understand?
mhm.
So we need platforms to showcase ourselves, promote ourselves, and then we also need the funding to be able to undertake projects.
What do you think you can do better? Is there anything you look at and you think, this needs improving in the foundation?
We need to it's also an answer that I already gave. Okay, we need to promote ourselves more.
Hmm.
We need to put ourselves out there more. We need to let people know what we are doing. Let people know the support they can give us. Let people know that we are indeed impacting people's lives. So yeah, that's what we need to be doing more.
Looking into the future, what are your plans for the foundation? Where do you wish and hope the foundation can reach? And in general, any projects that you have lined up that you think will grow the foundation help more children across Ghana and maybe even Africa as a whole?
Okay, so the COVID, we already mentioned COVID. COVID is
Yeah.
here. We also need to know that COVID is here. People say we shouldn't say that, but honestly, I think COVID is here to stay.
To stay, exactly.
Exactly. And we
Yeah.
need to be able to embrace the new normal. The new normal being, just recently there was an article that I contributed to, and it was talking about how COVID has exposed us as charities, showing inequality when it comes to technology, right? So,
Okay.
the children we serve now, in a community or in a village of about 500, we have just two people who are able to, have a television set and a
Okay.
decoder,
Oh, wow.
right? Yes, and a decoder. But, there's online lessons going on television and all that, which they could have been part. But because
Okay.
of that, they are not part. They don't even know how to use a computer. They don't have mobile phones. The
Yeah.
internet is not even available. That like the connection isn't even strong in that community. So we need
Yeah.
to, look at that. So as part of what we are trying to do, we are thinking post-COVID, right? Or,
Okay.
so we are looking to build a library in the school that we
Okay.
work with, because now our literacy classes are on a standstill because of all this. We are looking to build a library so the books will be there, so that they'll be able to borrow the books as and when. We're
Will
also
the
looking
library
at,
be open to the public or just the children of the Little Tokens Foundation?
it will be open to the community.
Okay, the
So
whole community.
yes,
Wonderful.
the whole community. So that's what we are looking at. But on weekdays, it will be operated by the school, because we are in
Okay.
partnership with the school. But we
Mm.
also are going to open it up for the community as well. So that's what we are looking to do. Apart from the library, we are looking to digitize our stuff. So we are
Okay.
looking at having a part of the library allocated for ICT. You get it.
Okay.
So we have
Yeah.
computers where they can be able to study on. We are actually in talks with one company that is they have their programs, the Ghana Education Service syllabus digitized. So we are
Yeah.
looking to have that, so that even if there are times like this where the children can't go to school, they have the computers, and then they have the software that they can still be able to study on. So that's what we are looking to do, and that's what we are planning to do when we turn one next month.
Oh,
So
you turn 1 year next month.
yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
turn
It's a
1 year.
baby project. That's nice.
Baby project, but big steps.
Big steps. Yeah,
Yeah,
baby project, but big steps. That's a perfect way to put it.
yeah.
You are absolutely admirable. Your work is
Thank
fantastic.
you.
You and your team are brilliant. If there were more people like you in Ghana, I'm sure the continent could have gone further than it already is. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing.
Thank
So
you very
how
much.
can today's viewers support your work and reach out to you to help and uphold your initiative?
Okay, so you can support us in various ways. You can follow
Okay,
us at Little Tokens Foundation on
beautiful.
Instagram and on Facebook as well. On Twitter, we are on underscore Little Tokens.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow. You can, send us a DM if you want to know more about what we do. You can
Mm-hmm.
also donate as well if you want to
How
donate. You
can I
can.
donate? If I want to donate to you, how can I go about that?
Okay, so we have the mobile money number which we use, and
Wonderful.
yes, if you are outside, you can use the World Remit or the Wave app to send money.
Okay.
There are also other ways that you can send money, and then
Mm-hmm.
if we are, as I said, we are currently planning to do our project, which is a very big one, the library and then the ICT
Nice.
building. Yes, but for now we will be doing certain things, certain short projects that will still put the children still like learning. You get it? So because they've been home for months, it's likely this will go on for months. So
Mm-hmm.
the classrooms are shut, but literacy needs to go on, education needs to go on. So we are trying
Mm-hmm.
to put up a short-term program that will have them engaged, that will help them to still develop even during these times. As we look at the bigger project or the broader dream, which is to build a library a raw stock library, and then the ICT center. Yeah, so you can donate. These are. Is it okay if I share my
Yes,
if I
please
share?
share all your
Yeah.
handles, share how people can contact you,
Okay.
how they can donate.
Okay. So I already said our social media platforms. You can also
Yes.
email us at littletokenfoundation@gmail.com. If you want to send mobile money, you can use this number +233 if you are outside Ghana, 248 137 304. I'll take that again, please.
Yep.
+233 248 137 304.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I'll make sure that's all on my page as well. So if anyone would like the information, you can just DM me, or that will be up on my page also. And about the library, what is the scale of the library? How many months will it take to set up? And how big do you want this library to be?
Now you can't really tell how long it will take, but what
Mm,
we are projecting, as I said, we will start fundraising in July when we turn one. We are
okay.
hoping that we can start the first phase in August, or September, mid-September. So we will start the first phase by then. We are hoping that by December, January, we'll be done with it. And
Okay.
then, yeah, so that's the period. So we are looking at possibly in the next 6 months or 7 months, we should be done. But it all depends on the funds, like if we have the funds, then we can be able to do it. But we are working very hard as an organization to be able to get the funds that we need for this. And we are hoping and praying that we'll be able to be done with the library so that children can have better opportunities to study by January. Yes.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kwame Asante, a humanitarian, a child activist, and a storyteller, and such an inspirational man. You're doing great things for Ghana.
Thank you.
Good luck to you and your team. Keep it up. We need
Thank
more and
you.
more people like you. The country would have been and can be an even better place with people like you who have initiatives like you to push the country and the continent of Africa at large. Would you like to give any closing remarks to the viewers?
I would like to thank you, Chantelle, for the opportunity and the platform.
Oh, thank you.
These platforms are what makes us be able to tell our stories and then let people know more about what we do. I would like to thank everyone that's tuned in to watch us and then learn about what we do. Um, so that's basically it. I wish everyone all the best. I wish you as well all the best in your
Thank you.
endeavors, and I wish you a safe time as well.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all the viewers. That was Kwame Asante. You can follow him on his Instagram page, send him a DM, and on his page, you can find out all the wonderful things that he does, as discussed in this conversation. And make sure you support. People like this are people who deserve to have the weight of support thrown behind them. My name is Chantelle. This was the Chantelle Show, which is a platform created to celebrate Africa and all the wonderful people who come out of the continent of Africa. You can follow me on my Instagram page. You can subscribe to my YouTube, and the link will be down below. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe. Thank you very much, Kwame. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.